The listing went live at 9:23 a.m. on a Wednesday. Rare oceanfront opportunity. Family estate for bed/3-bath direct beach access, $2.1 million. Seller motivated. Private sale, no agents. Below it, photos of my house. My deck. My view. The weathered stairs leading down to the private beach I'd spent $140,000 reinforcing last year after the winter storms. Posted by Rachel Hoffman, my sister, who'd asked for my spare key 2 months ago to water plants while you're traveling for work. I was in Sacramento reviewing coastal development applications when my neighbor texted me the screenshot. Is this legit? Rachel's selling your place. I pulled up the listing. Read it twice. Saw Rachel's number listed as contact. Her email. Her Venmo handle for earnest money deposits. The description made my stomach turn. Original family property, passed down through generations. Current family representative handling sale due to owner's extended overseas relocation. Must sell quickly to settle estate matters. Serious inquiries only. Estate matters. Like I was dead. I called the California Coastal Commission main line, got transferred to my own division. Sir, it's Hoffman. I need to pull permit records for 2847 Shoreline Drive, Monterey County. My colleague Lisa answered. That's your address. Everything okay? My sister is trying to sell my house. I need documentation proving I own it, that all coastal development permits are in my name only, and that no transfer authorization has been filed. Jesus. Give me 10 minutes. I called Rachel while Lisa pulled records. Straight to voicemail. Called my parents. Dad answered on the 5th ring. Maura. Did you see Rachel's listing? She's really making something of herself with this real estate venture. My heart sank. Dad, that's my house. I never authorized her to sell it. Long silence. What do you mean your house? Rachel said it was the family beach property. That you'd all agreed to sell because of property taxes. There is no family beach property. I bought that house in 2019 with my own money. It's in my name. Recorded with the county. Rachel has no authority to sell anything. But she showed us the paperwork. The deed, the tax bills. Everything had the family name on it. What name exactly? Hoffman Family Trust. I closed my eyes. There is no Hoffman Family Trust, Dad. Rachel made that up. Lisa came back on the line with records. I put Dad on hold. What did you find? Property purchased March 2019 by Maura Elizabeth Hoffman. Sole owner, no co-signers, no trust designation. Coastal development permits issued 2022 for seawall reinforcement, all in your name. No transfer requests, no sale notifications, no permits for new owners. The property is 100% yours with zero authorizations for anyone else. Can you email me everything? I need it in the next 5 minutes. Sending now. I switched back to Dad. I'm emailing you the county records. Maura Elizabeth Hoffman, sole owner. No trust, no family ownership, no authorization for Rachel to do anything. Then why would she? Maura, what's happening? Rachel is committing real estate fraud. How many people has she talked to about this? I don't know. She had a couple over last weekend. Nice people from San Francisco. They seemed very interested. Did they give her money? Silence. Then quietly, I think so. She mentioned something about earnest money. Said she'd take us to dinner with her commission. I pulled up Rachel's Venmo. 3 transactions in the past week. $25,000 from David Chin. $30,000 from Patricia Morrison. $45,000 from someone named James Whitmore. $100,000 in deposits for a house she had no right to sell. Dad, I need Rachel's address. Right now. Maura, you're not going to do anything rash. Her address. Now. He gave it to me. An apartment in Carmel, 20 minutes from my house. I grabbed my keys and the file Lisa had just emailed. The apartment complex was called Vista Serena. Luxury units with ocean views. Monthly rent starting at $4,800. I found Rachel's car in the lot. The Tesla she'd bought 3 months ago. Early bonus from my new real estate career, she told Mom. Real estate career. She didn't have a license. Didn't have a broker. She was just stealing houses and calling it business. I knocked on her door. No answer. Knocked again. Rachel, it's Maura. I know you're in there. The door opened. Rachel stood there in yoga pants and a Lululemon top, holding a green smoothie. Mara, what are you doing here? I thought you were in Sacramento. I was reviewing coastal permits. Then I saw you listed my house for sale without my permission. Oh, that. She waved dismissively. Come in, come in. We should talk about this. I followed her inside. The apartment was immaculate. New furniture, expensive art, designer, everything. Nice place. How are you affording this? I told you I'm doing really well with real estate. You're not a licensed agent. I'm a property consultant. I help families maximize value on inherited estates. Rachel, that's my house. I bought it. I own it. There's no family estate. She set down her smoothie, turned to face me with an expression of concern so practiced it was insulting. Mara, I know you're attached to the property emotionally, but we need to be practical. You're never there. You work 80 hours a week. The property taxes are astronomical. It makes sense to sell now while the market is strong. I didn't agree to sell. You didn't have to. The family trust. There is no family trust. I pulled out my phone, showed her the county records. Mara Elizabeth Hoffman, sole owner. No trust. No family designation. Just me. Rachel's mask slipped. Just for a second. Well, there should be a trust. Mom and Dad helped with the down payment. They didn't. I saved for 6 years and paid cash. I have the bank records. They gave you money for furniture for repairs. Mom gave me $300 for a couch. Dad helped me paint one weekend. That doesn't make them co-owners. Rachel sat down, suddenly looking tired. Mara, I'm in trouble. I need this sale. What kind of trouble? I owe people money. A lot of money. I made some investments that didn't work out. How much? $340,000. I stared at her. You owe $340,000? To who? Different people. Investors. I was flipping properties or trying to. I took money for deals that fell through. If I don't pay them back soon, they're going to sue me. Or worse. So you decided to steal my house? I wasn't stealing. I was going to give you your share. I just needed to take enough to cover my debts first. You'd still get like $800,000. Rachel, you've already collected $100,000 in deposits from people who think they're buying my house. Where's that money? She looked away. I had to use it. 4 urgent payments. To buy time. You spent their money. Money for a house you can't sell because you don't own it. I sat down across from her. Do you understand what you've done? This is wire fraud. Real estate fraud. Grand theft. You're looking at federal prison. You won't report me. You're my sister. I work for the California Coastal Commission. I review property permits and development applications. My entire job is preventing fraudulent coastal property transactions. If I don't report this, I lose my career. Rachel's face crumpled. Please. Just let the sale go through. Tell people you authorized it. We split the money, pay everyone back, and nobody has to know. 3 people have already paid you deposits. They have screenshots, Venmo records, email chains. This isn't something we can just hide. Then what am I supposed to do? I looked at my sister, at the designer apartment she couldn't afford, the Tesla parked outside, the life she'd built on borrowed money and lies. You're supposed to tell the truth. Return the deposits, cancel the listing, and face what you've done. I can't return the deposits. I already spent it. Then you're going to prison, Rachel. Because those buyers are going to realize the sale is fraudulent when they try to close and discover you don't own the property. They're going to demand their money back. When you can't return it, they'll sue you. When they realize you never had authority to sell, they'll call the police. He was crying now. You could save me. You could just sign over the house. It's worth $2.1 million. You'd still make plenty after my debts. So I should give you my house to cover your gambling debts? They weren't gambling debts. They were investments. That you lost. Rachel, I spent 6 years saving for that house. I work 60-hour weeks reviewing permits and protecting California's coastline. That house is my retirement plan, my stability, my future. And you tried to sell it in 3 weeks to pay off bad investments. I stood up. I'm calling the buyers. I'm telling them the sale is fraudulent and that they should demand immediate refunds. If you return their money within 48 hours, I won't file a police report. If you don't, I'm contacting the district attorney. Where am I supposed to get $100,000 in 48 hours? That's not my problem. You took their money. You figure it out. I left her apartment and called the first buyer, David Chin. Explained that the property wasn't for sale, that Rachel had no authority, that his deposit was fraudulently obtained. He was furious. Threatened to sue everyone. I gave him Rachel's information and suggested he demand an immediate refund in writing. Called Patricia Morrison next. Same conversation. Same fury. James Whitmore was calmer but just as angry. I'm a real estate attorney, he said quietly. I should have verified ownership independently. But I'll be filing criminal charges against your sister by end of business today. I understand. I'm sorry this happened. You're not the one who should apologize. Your sister is looking at 5 to 10 years for this. Rachel called me 17 times that night. I didn't answer. She left voicemails ranging from rage, "You destroyed me," to bargaining, "I can pay you back over time," to desperation, "Please don't let them arrest me." The Monterey County Sheriff's Office contacted me Friday morning. Detective Morris, Fraud Division. Ms. Hoffman, we've received complaints about fraudulent real estate transactions involving your property. My sister Rachel Hoffman. She listed my house for sale without authorization and collected $100,000 in deposits from buyers. We're executing a search warrant on her apartment this afternoon. We'll need your statement. I gave it. Every detail. The forged trust, the fake listings, the Venmo deposits. They arrested Rachel at 4 p.m. Found evidence of 2 other properties she'd listed without authorization. Houses belonging to elderly neighbors she'd befriended, claiming she was helping them sell. She'd collected another $65,000 in deposits on those. Total fraud, $165,000. Multiple victims. Organized scheme. The DA charged her with 15 counts. Wire fraud, grand theft, real estate fraud, identity theft, forgery. If convicted on all counts, she'd face up to 23 years. My parents called me that night. Mom was crying. How could you do this? She's your sister. She stole my house, Mom. She stole from 3 other families. She ran a fraud operation. She made mistakes. She needs help, not prison. She needs consequences. She's been making mistakes her whole life and we've always covered for her. This time she broke federal law. I can't protect her from that. Dad got on the line. If you testify against her, you're no longer our daughter. I'm a witness in a criminal case. I don't have a choice. You always have a choice. You're choosing your job over your family. I'm choosing honesty over enabling fraud. There's a difference. They hung up. Haven't spoken to me since. Rachel pleaded guilty to avoid trial. Got 8 years, must pay full restitution of $165,000, 5 years probation after release. The buyers got their deposits back through court-ordered restitution payments. Rachel's Tesla and furniture were seized and sold to cover part of it. My parents mortgaged their house to pay her legal fees. Still blame me for ruining her life. Kept my house. Still live there on weekends, still love the sound of waves at night. But I installed better locks. And I never give out spare keys anymore. Not even to family. Especially not to family. Because the people who share your blood are sometimes the ones most willing to sell everything you've built. And call it love.